Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, it's Ready to Love, Season 4, Episode 7, entitled The Friend Zone. I give a full episode recap with photos offset to the side, and then I give my review at the end. No need to dig around. I have all of the minute marks in the comments. It's all coming up next. The fellas are back at the Gentleman's Lounge. They kick in, get comfortable, and Tommy reminds them that, hey, we're getting close to the end, and to add the cherry on the top, we got to bring some of your most closest friends to evaluate who you're digging. Most people on the outside, especially the ones we care for, might be able to see some things that maybe you overlooked. Chris admits that he's nervous because the last time he met friends and expressed his feelings about finances, he was eliminated. We start off with Joel and Chris bringing their friends to meet their special ladies that they're digging. Joel brings his two brothers, Bongo and Precise, and a friend that's like a sister named Shay. They want to get to know Vernicia, and they want to know, how does she feel about the process. She admits that it's different and it takes time to get to know someone, but her main zoom-in focus is on Joel, and she's not thinking about anybody else. She is territorial and wants to be the first couple from the series to be married. Joel wants to take his time and not rush things because he's been married before and takes marriage very seriously. After Vernicia leaves, Shay thinks that her being territorial is a big red flag, and Joel thanks her because he thought he was tripping and the only person that noticed. Chris has his radio buddies, Yana and Gavin, there to just sit along and listen to her and maybe get some red flags maybe that he didn't catch. He wants her to sit in, listen to a podcast show, and see if they can pick up on something interesting. Amber comes in and they want to know, how does your family feel about you being on the show? And she admits that she told no one, not even her friends. Chris hasn't told anyone either and kind of understands that. He wanted to wait until things got a little bit more serious and that he was sure about people that he was interested in. His friends agree that they have a natural connection, and Amber doesn't want to rush things or take things too seriously. Jason has his friends Latrell and Coranda to see a little bit more and get some gauges of Liz, because Liz is growing on them, and Kyra, they have a more stronger connection. Liz shows up and she meets the friends and gives good hugs. And as soon as Jason tries to show her a little bit of golf moves, we have Kyra that shows up. Kyra is a little surprised that Liz is there, but it's part of the process, and she admits she feels some type of way, but wants to keep the positive energy. So her friends start in with the questions, but Kyra wants to know, can you describe Jason from a friend's perspective? They both say that he's determined and he's strong-willed. He's the type that if he gets knocked down 7, he gets up 8. His friend asks Kyra, are you an alpha woman? She admits that she's a strong woman, but believes that the man is the lead and the man leads the home. Liz says, yeah, I want my man to lead, but more of from a spiritual foundation. When I first spoke with Jason, he really broke down the book of Daniel very well. And his friends say, yeah, that sounds like Jason. And as they're agreeing with her, Kyra, it's written all over her face that she's feeling some type of way, that they're listening to Liz and they're really just engaging in her conversation. Liz tells them that she's very, very honored to meet them, but unfortunately she has to go, gives everyone hugs, and Jay walks her to her car. Later on, they ask Kyra, how does she see herself in the next 5 years? Kyra wants to be married in the next 5 years, but his friend Randa says that, life doesn't always pan out how we want it. What if those things don't happen within that time frame? Is that an issue? Kyra says, yeah, it's possible that those things don't happen, and that's just life. So, we'll just see how things go. They say their goodbyes, and Jason also walks her to her car. He wants to know what his friends think about both of the ladies. They admit that they feel that Kyra is a little bit more chilled, laid back, and has great energy. But Liz is too stiff. She's beautiful, but Kyra seems like she's more likable. He laughs and they chuckle about it because the friend says, I just feel God's presence. And is she going to break out into a prayer? And Jason says to production that what they said isn't really too surprising. He has more of a connection with Kyra, and with Liz, he was just kind of unsure. AJ takes a minute for Kyra to meet his friends Khalil and Danielle, and they want to play a little bit of volleyball. Danielle yells out that communication is key before she serves the ball. AJ is yelling, you got it to Kyra, but she's yelling over and over again, nope, which allows them to lose a round. And the friend says, now she said over and over again that she didn't have it, no, and you still didn't listen to her. AJ and Kyra lose the game because clearly communication is not their key. They want to know how she feels, where she is in her life, and she says that she's 34 with no kids and very self-driven. The female friend wants to know, how do you feel about him having female friends? What's the last book she read? Just all of these questions. And Kyra makes a production clip like, wow, I'm sitting here being interviewed, but every question that they asked me, I made sure to answer it. But I found a way to flip it to where I can get more information about AJ. She wants to know where he is in his life. Do you feel that he's ready to love? And they answer, yeah. He has his career on point. He's more stable. So yeah, he would be ready for love. I think so. AJ makes a production clip that he's happy that she was able to meet his friends, and maybe meeting his friends will give her more insight about who he is. Kyra apologizes that she has to leave, hugs everyone, and gives AJ a very long and endearing hug before the final goodbye. The friends think that she's really cool, but gives the energy that she has her guard up. They think that she's interested, but the hugs seem very genuine. Ron has Alexis and Chrysanthemum to meet his friends Neek and Nate. One of the first things that Alexis observes in her production clip is, what does Chrysanthemum have on? I know that we're out at the lounge having fun, but she got on this outfit with little holes on the side. Why are you wearing that? We're there to meet his friends and you got that on? His friends wants to know, how do you feel about Ron at any given moment having to travel? Because that happens a lot. He has spontaneous travel and he has to meet clients. Chrysanthemum says that she's a flight attendant. And Alexis says, wow, she's pretty, but can she really talk? Alexis says that, she has a tribe of people. So if she needs to leave at any given moment, she has the confidence that anybody that she knows could take care of her son. So leaving at any given moment and him leaving at any given moment wouldn't be a big deal. Nate wants to ask Chrysanthemum, what do you think about kids? And she says, well, I'm open. And she says in her production clip that I've never been one of those females that's just like, oh, I want to have kids and I must have them. Nate also asked her, well, how about the holidays? Do you cook? And Chrysanthemum says in her production clip like, wow, I can't believe that they're giving me an interview. I thought that we would just talk and let things just genuinely flow. She then says to everybody that she has to leave and hugs everybody goodbye. Alexis says on that question about kids that, yeah, kids are cool and I'm open to having them as well, but I already have a son and he's full of energy and he requires a lot of attention. They asked her how she feels about him having female friends, and she says she's fine with that and very confident in herself. And she gives everybody a hug and says, oh, goodbye, new friends, and tells Ron, now don't forget who's your number one. His friends agree that Alexis took control of the situation after Chrysanthemum left, and maybe Chrysanthemum may have a problem that he's a socialite. Y'all two are just alike. And he says, yeah, Chrysanthemum is the female version of me, but the friends think that he doesn't need someone just like him. Ron makes a production clip that, yeah, Alexis is a little bit more at home and more grounded, and I need to be out making my corporate moves, knowing that she won't be in the way of my process and growth. David has his friends Micah and Brittany to meet Liz. And Micah wants to know, okay, she's great, not married, beautiful. What's wrong with her? He says, nothing. She's just a great catch. Liz comes there, and the first thing that they asked her is, what do you think is important in a marriage, since that's something of your interest? And she says, no doubt, communication. We learned that she even called David to tell him that her and Jason shared a kiss. She's aware that due to David's past, he's thinking about marriage in another way and wants to take things very slow before he gets married again. Liz wants to know from the friends, do you think that he is ready to love again after all that he's been through? They think that he's ready to love again. He's just taking things very slow. And David admits that he felt some type of way after learning about the kiss. Jason takes Kyra out on a romantic date and invites her to see an art gallery and to assess all of the art that they see. Jason feels that he's a romantic and loves to do romantic things. So he wants to poke the bear when it comes to Kyra and let her know that he's really interested. He wants to show her as much attention as possible. They talk about the future and things that they want, and Kyra says to production that she loves the butterflies that she's feeling and the true laughter that they share. Jason expresses that he loves her energy, that she leads herself with poise, and even allows the both of them to lean in for a kiss. It gives them that feeling that what they're sharing and what they're learning about each other is pretty genuine, and they're holding hands, so everything that they're doing seems to be really natural. Kyra admits to production that she's feeling AJ and Jason, and at this point now she's very confused. Tommy meets with the fellas at the gentleman's lounge, and he wants to know how these dates went. Joel shares that when Vernicia met with his friends, they did point out some things that he noticed. That Vernicia is very clingy and kind of territorial. He doesn't want to invite that into what he's trying to do. He really just wants to take things slow and get to know her, but she seems very aggressive and clingy. Jason says that Kyra had an opportunity to meet his friends as well as Liz, and they kind of really just shine light on how I was already feeling. They felt that with Kyra, she was more laid back and more energetic, but Liz came off a little stiff. And when they gave him compliments, he starts to get teary-eyed and saying that it made him feel great because as a black man, you really don't hear the praise that you want to hear, that you're doing a good job and that you're a positive person. So it was just wonderful to hear. Ron summarizes that Alexis seems to be more stable and someone that would encourage him, kind of like a Michelle Obama type. And Chrysanthemum seems like she's ready to still be out there and have fun. So I don't really know about these two, but I could tell Alexis is more what I'm looking for right now. Tommy wants to cut to the chase and say, okay, look, if you had to make a choice of who you would take home right now, who would it be? AJ says Kyra. Joel says Kyra as well. And this is a shocker to everybody because he's always said Vernicia this, Vernicia that. And Tommy says, well, wait, not one time have I heard you say Kyra. What's really going on? He explains that once again, Vernicia comes off very controlling and territorial. And when he speaks with Kyra, when they have their conversations, they've had good ones. And he just kind of said Kyra off the top because that's the only woman that he really has some sort of connection with. But Vernicia's behavior, without a doubt, has red flags all over the place. And David, when he makes his decision, he says Kyra, which is another shocker. And Tommy is just like, okay, well, what's going on? What is causing everybody to make their changes? And David says, I'm feeling Kyra at the moment. Ron says Alexis. Chris says Amber. And Jason says Kyra as well. So 4 Kyras, wow. And even they joke like, what is she doing that's making everybody change their mind all of a sudden? It's just a big question mark. But for 4 of the men to say Kyra, it's shocking based upon everything that they've said in the past. David shares that Liz told him about the kiss between her and Jason was just like, well, I'm glad that's out of the bag. I'm glad that you know. But he was feeling some type of way. David you could tell he was uncomfortable with it. When it comes to who the men aren't digging, Joel and Chris agree that Chrysanthemum is not where it's at. She doesn't know if their lives will fit into what she wants. Will they have time for her? Joel, it rubbed him the wrong way when she said, with your kids and everything, how do I feel into the mix? And he's just like, that's not cool, and it just felt wrong. And Chris feels that she's just not emotionally available, and maybe she's just not ready for such a commitment just yet. Ron feels some type of way, and it's just like, well, I don't know why you guys are not having a connection with her, but when I talk to her, it just seems all good. But unfortunately, it's time for eliminations, and the guys have to make a decision of who will go home. Liz and Ron are paired to speak, and both Chris's are prepared to speak with one another. Before Chris can speak with Chrysanthemum about what's going on, she brings weird, kind of negative energy to the table and saying, hey, what's going on? But Chris is telling her, hey, you know I like you, right? I'm just here to talk with you. And she's just like, I mean, what do you have to say? And you could tell that Chris is bothered because he just wants to talk to her, and she already has a negative energy coming to the table. He tells her, well, you know, a lot of the guys are feeling you, but one of the main concerns is that you really don't call anybody back. You don't respond. And Chrysanthemum says, oh, so when I give you guys a taste of your medicine, you can't even handle it. I mean, I do the same thing y'all do. So, oops, I didn't call y'all back. And he says, well, I mean, the fellas agree with everything and how you feel and what you've been saying, that you're not ready to love. You're open, but we just feel you have some reservations because of your actions. And Chrysanthemum says, well, okay, I mean, whatever. I mean, you guys can't take what we dish out. She says to production that, you know, I just don't understand why they eliminated me. I mean, I know Ron was feeling me, and I know to have some other guys that are kind of loyal. So, I mean, I want to find out. I mean, who eliminated me? I need to know. But it is what it is. We then see Liz and Ron speaking, and Ron is just saying, you know, a lot of the guys have been talking, and one of the main concerns was, who is Liz really? I mean, is she stiff? And Liz is just like, well, I mean, that's who I am. Everything that I've displayed to you guys, everything that I talk about, that's who I am, and I don't have anything to hide. He tells her, you know, we feel that you are ready to love and we want you to stay. We just need you to pull back more of the layers and get to know you a little bit more. In a production clip, Liz says, you know, I'm glad that Ron told me how he felt and what some of the other guys were saying, but I really don't know what else I can do. I mean, I've told everything and I've been as open as possible. So, I mean, that's just who I am. So what is there more to do? And that is the end of the episode. Now it is time for your favorite part of the video, my review. Now, when you watch this episode, I was hoping people who are subscribed and people who have been listening to my videos were saying, Bunny was right. Bunny was so right. I have been right from the jump. I told y'all that Alexis feels some type of way about Ron, but I said in the last view, literally in the last review, I said, I don't think Alexis is remembering the things that he said earlier, because you have to remember of all the things that he's been saying. Now, you talk about Alexis, you talk about how spiritual you are, right? So you should be well, you know, familiar and aware, right, that the devil comes in the form of what you like. And boo, 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 boo. That's what you're getting. You're so worried about being number one and competing and hugging him all tight and all this other stuff. You have to kind of check yourself as well, because like I've been saying, you're carrying yourself in two different ways. You're saying you're spiritual, you're saying this and that, but you're hugging all on people and you say I'm the number one and you're taking shots and you are Mrs. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde. You are behaving in a way that's saying, I'm open for the rock star life. I literally said that in the last review. Are you ready for that? You're looking past all of the things that are important, and you're looking at the exterior and what he's telling you. You spend all that time competing with Chrysanthemum instead of looking at the facts and listening to what he's been saying. He's been saying that he does this and he does that, and he travels and he does blah, 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 blah. He's been saying that to you the whole time, but you haven't been listening. Also, to the fellas, none of you listened to Chrysanthemum from the beginning. Instead of keeping her around based upon who knows what, y'all weren't listening at the fact that she just said she should have been gone a long time ago, because she said from the jump that, you know, I'm not really into relationships, and I like to do this, I like to party, I like to have fun, I like to travel, and I would like to share that with a guy. But when it came to like commitment and all this other stuff, she gave y'all red flags all over the place. But y'all wasn't listening. Y'all wasn't hearing it. So it's just cause and effect, and it's the boomerang that came back and hit everybody upside the head. And I love it because it's entertaining, and I said this long time ago, and y'all could go back all the way to episode 2 dang near when I called it. I called it about debrief. Cedric. I called it about Vernicia being clingy. I called it about Alexis acting one way but doing something else. I told y'all Chrysanthemum was ready for something, but it wasn't love. How many times have I said, y'all, that it should be Chrysanthemum, Troy, Alexis, and who else did I say? To go on a trip, right? Oh, that's 4 people, right? Chrysanthemum, Troy, Alexis, and somebody else to go on the trip and get their freak on. Because y'all are acting one way, saying one thing and doing another. Chrysanthemum is not ready to be tied down and committed and married next week with kids. She's just not. Okay, so speaking of Chrysanthemum, let's go over a few things when it comes to society, right? Because she said that, I've never been the type of woman that's just like, oh my God, I've got to have this many kids and I got to be married. Y'all have to understand that not all women are thinking about marriage and kids like y'all think. I'm one of those women. I'm one of those women when it comes to kids and all that other stuff, like not to rush it. My mom, she calls me a hippie, because I'm like, just go with the flow, man. And marriage and children and all of that is not something that has to happen. I'm open to it. And that's exactly what Chrysanthemum said. She's open. And I didn't see that as a negative. She said she's open to it. She didn't say no, which is totally different. Every woman doesn't have that urge to have a baby next week. That's just not all women. Every woman is not trying to rush and hurry up and be married. They want to travel. They want to have fun. They want to do the same thing y'all men that y'all do. They want to be able just to kick it and chill. All right. They want to be able to get their careers going and enjoy their lives, because staying at home, raising a kid, doing all this other stuff takes time and energy, and somebody gonna have to slow down a smidge bit when it comes to career goals and what they want. They were so infatuated with what Ron was saying, but wasn't listening when he said, same thing he told Andrea or Andrea. Remember the other flight attendant, that how would you feel about staying at home and raising the kids? And she was like, okay, I'm not cool with that. Like, I got to stay at home and stop my career because you trying to, like, come on. You're not listening. Y'all are too busy listening to the wrong stuff and letting what your eyes want dictate the way you moving and the way you shaking. I'm sorry. I keep saying this, but I was right. I caught this. It was people in the comments talking about, oh, girl, you so crazy. That's not true. And everything that I'm saying is coming into fruition. And y'all watching this show, I hope y'all watch this show like that. That's what Bunny just said. I thought she was playing. Now it's for real. Another thing. Oh my goodness, David. When you talk to your friends and you would just, oh my goodness, felt some type of way because Liz kissed Jason. It's a dating show. What is wrong with you? You act like you was ready to go jump off of a building. You act like she told you that, after y'all had been in a relationship, that she kissed or slept with another man. Are you tripping? You acting like this on a game show over a kiss when it's competition, when people are flirting and all this other stuff, and you hurt like y'all been in a marriage? Brother, my brother, you have got to get some counseling. You have trust issues. And then your friends must be yes friends, because for them to say, oh yeah, he's ready. If you don't know me by now, if they don't know you, they don't know you, dog. Them are your companions. Because if I was your friend and I knew you that many times and you've been married twice, okay, and now you're on this dating show, okay, and you saying, why are you on a dating reality show? If you ready for marriage and all that good stuff, but you get on here, get to know people, get to know Liz or whomever, and now you want to take things slow. So whoever you choose to be with, they got to be on your clock. You are selfish, bruh. You're selfish. You need help. I'm not saying that in a mean way, but you really do need help, bruh. If you knew that you was going to tippy toe and take your time with dating, and you're going on a reality show and every week somebody's getting eliminated, bruh, I don't know what's up with you, man. I'ma pray for you. How about I'm gonna do that? Okay? Run, Liz. Run far. Get back in one of them situationships. Call one of them brothers and say, hey, big head, how you doing? Okay? Kyra, please don't make the same humiliating decisions as the other women have made on the previous seasons. Okay? You got this guy, Jason, who's telling you to your face They admires you, your poise, the way you are. I'm attracted to you. You're laughing and kiki, and you got butterflies inside. And I just wanna. You gonna ignore all of that and still consider AJ? Women, what's wrong with y'all? This man just spilled his guts, okay, to you and how he feels. And you think about AJ, the dude that don't pay the bills. He don't pay the telephone bills. He don't pay the automobile. And then when you're playing volleyball, he just chills. I don't think. Girl, what's wrong with you? You was like, you got it? Nope. He's still waiting on you to hit the ball. Like I said from the beginning, AJ, what do you bring to the table besides your height and your bald head? Get in the studio, make some beats, and go and sit down somewhere. You're not ready. You need counseling as well. You and David, y'all pick somebody that's a good psychologist and life coach that can mentor you, because y'all ain't ready. Y'all are not ready. Chris spelled with a K. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back to the friend that was David. When David was saying, oh, Liz, she's this, she's that, she's great, no children, blah, blah, blah. And he said, what's wrong with her? I wanted to punch through the television and hit his friend in the face. That type of thinking towards women is trash, because like I said before, women want their careers and women want to live their own lives too. If there was a clip on Instagram where this lady was like, if a lady's this age, no kids, no this, and has a career, then she's a boss, because she's getting everything in line. So when she does have her kids, she can take her kids to school in a Lexus, okay? But that way of thinking, and he had his nerve just to be sitting there, looking all cheesy, had the nerve telling myself, what's wrong with her? Boy, bye. I wanted to just, when somebody try to walk away and just clip their heel, just want them to trip. I just wanted to clip his heel a little bit, let him do a little quick little fall, because that was just inappropriate. Y'all sitting there trying to give advice and y'all, what's wrong with it? She not really? We gotta talk about that. That's just terrible. Don't sit there and talk about that. That's terrible. What's wrong with it? She ain't got it. What's wrong with you? Besides your BMI. Anyway, so going back to Ron, I told y'all about Ron, that he about that rock star life. He just wants somebody to be pregnant and at home. He said that. And the ladies ignored that. It hit him in the face. And that's just something I'm not shocked about. Kyra, girl, if you don't pick anybody else but Jason, I just don't know what to call you, anything else but crazy. I mean, that's probably what's going on with y'all. Vernicia, that's probably what's going on with you. You meet a good guy and you too clingy and you acting like somebody your man. That's not your man. Joel is not your man. You've been talking to one dude. You lucky to have made it this far. The women that I think that is up for elimination next has to be Amber or it's a tough one. Oh my God, because all of them, everybody need to go home. Honestly, everybody that's just need to go home, and they just need to just start over. Can they do that? Can they just say, there's no connections here, so we just gonna send everybody home and y'all just call each other and just say, hey, big head, through a text, and then do what y'all need to do. Amber need to go home. Liz, girl, I don't know what's going on with you. Like I said before, you are a freak-a-leak. You claim to be this Christian. I've been saying it from the beginning. You claim to be this Christian, but you kiss them. Girl, you didn't have all these situationships, but you this Christian. Girl, please. Amber need to go home. Alexis need to go home. Child, they all Amber just seemed like it's just Chris that like her, right? It's just Chris that likes her. Liz, the only reason why people ain't saying Liz, right? Because they probably all thought their boy, David just liked her. But they all need to go. They all kind of, ain't no real connections left. And if they do get together, it's the connections of the people who left. And they need to conclude the show. And production been there. They tired of buying donuts every morning. And they ready for everybody to go home. Vernicia, I'd probably say my top would have to go home would be Amber or Vernicia. I don't think nobody else feeling Vernicia like that. So if I were to choose between Amber and Vernicia, it would have to be Vernicia. Girl, go home, Vernicia. You need counseling as well. Why are you so clingy? Why? That's not your man. You acting like that on a dating show and y'all just getting to know each other and you clingy already. Just imagine if it's a relationship. Look, don't let me see you on the episode of Fatal Attraction on TV1 because you done snapped and lost it. Don't let me see that. Girl, just hold my hand. Breathe again. Breathe, girl. Sing it with me. And I can't stop thinking about how you clingy on Joel. No, I can't stop thinking about how you so territorial. And his friends don't like you. You know that you are through. Oh, y'all really making me mad. In the meantime, please leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. It's okay to agree to disagree, but please be respectable in the comments. Make sure that you like this video and share this video. Make sure you tell everybody it's a family-friendly channel. And also check out the other shows that are in the pinned comment. Some of the current shows that you've been missing. I don't know why you missing it. Handmaid's Tale, Y'all Van Zandt, Fix My Life is last season of that. We got all these other shows you missing. You just watching this one show on my channel? Come on, son. I need you to get with it. Because this fall, we got the Hulu's original series, Wu-Tang and American Saga. We got all this stuff coming up and you are missing it, okay? So make sure that you click that notification bell so you don't miss any posts. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram. People saying, I didn't know you posted this video, right? Got to click that notification bell so it can alert you to let you know Bunny has posted another video. Don't miss it. Write your comments below. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at the same profile name, officialbunne_E. And in the meantime, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.